Hey, what's going on guys, it's Lone Redemption here, and in today's video I wanted to discuss the differences between the original Modern Warfare 2 in 2009 and the remastered version in 2020. Now, I played Modern Warfare 2 so much back in the day, and I completed the campaign so many times, so I feel like I was able to notice these changes quite easily. Now, the first change that I did end up noticing from the get-go is how much the menus have changed. The intro when loading up the game is different, and the main menu looks completely different. Now, obviously, there is no multiplayer and no Spec Ops options, as the remaster only contains the campaign, but overall, the layout of the screen is completely different to the 2009 version of the game. The graphics of the game have been vastly improved, which you would expect from a remaster, especially considering the time difference between the two versions of the game. Beanox remastering this using the current generations of consoles has obviously just allowed them to make the game look visually stunning. Now, some of the best examples of this are in the mission The Only Easy Day Was Yesterday. The surroundings of the location just look incredible. I honestly just sat there for a bit admiring the water and ice outside the map. Now, another amazing visual change they made is during the escape from the Gulag, when Soap shoots the flare up into the sky. I don't know what it is, but it just looks so satisfying, and I don't know, I just really love this change in the remaster. And possibly the most visually breathtaking change is when the EMP goes off in space. It looks ridiculously good from the perspective of the astronaut, and just seeing the view of the Earth from space on the PS4 is such a big upgrade from the last generation of consoles. Additionally, in the remaster, Beanox have added certain details that make the overall game more polished and just overall more modern. They did add the weapon inspect feature, which a lot of you may know from Modern Warfare Remastered. It pretty much works the exact same way. And overall, there's just a lot of slight visual tweaks that make the game a bit better. A few examples of this are when you refill ammo, when planting C4, you actually see your character move bodies to place it. In Exodus, you move the dead guy's hand from the briefcase. When you wash up onto the shore as Soap at endgame, it is so much more detailed. And then in his fist fight against General Sheppard, Price ends up actually losing his hat. And what I have to say is probably the most intriguing change they made is when you're betrayed by General Sheppard, Roach now actually reaches out and grabs Sheppard's hand, and Sheppard just kind of shrugs him off. And I just thought this was a really cool little detail, and it just adds a little bit more humanity to the scene, and it maybe even makes it a little bit more emotional. There's also now certain enemies that you can perform special killing moves on. I'm not sure how many enemies you can do this to, but they do look really cool when you do them. Now, the character models do look different. Some of them are pretty similar, but Sheppard looks completely different. I don't know, Sheppard just looks like almost like a totally different person. It's quite odd. And also, one other thing I noticed is the Juggernaut outfit, for some reason, like, has completely changed. Now, I mean, there's no Juggernauts in the actual campaign, but in the museum, there is one, and he just looks so different to what the Juggernauts looked like in the original Modern Warfare 2. It's honestly just, I don't know why they made the change, but they did. Next up, I've just got to talk about what I disliked about this remaster, and that's that Beanox completely changed the sounds and reload animations of almost like all the guns. Now, I do feel like if you didn't play that much of the original MW2, you wouldn't notice this as much, but I really, really dislike these changes. Now, some of the reload animations are very similar to the original, but they still are different, and then others are like completely different. Now, also, I'm pretty sure every single gun sounds different. Some more than others, but I'm pretty sure there wasn't a single gun that sounded the exact same as what it did in the original MW2. And in my opinion, they literally all sounded worse. The ACR, for example, it really just sounds shit. It doesn't have the same, like, the same power to it. I don't know what it is. It doesn't have the same ring to it, you know what I mean? And then some of the scopes are even different. Like, the sniper rifle scopes have been completely overhauled. And then even, like, the Predator missile got changed. I really don't get why they've done this, because everything was perfect the way it was. I mean, it's MW2. I mean, what did you need to change? They really didn't need to change anything. MW2 was perfect the way it was. But, you know, overall, the story does remain the same, which is awesome, and they didn't remove No Russian, which I feel like was kind of up in the air, because obviously how controversial that mission was. I wouldn't have been that surprised to have seen them remove No Russian, but they did, in fact, keep No Russian, which is awesome, because it was very important to the story. And, yeah, I'm really, really glad they decided to keep that in. But despite the changes that I disliked, I'd be lying to you if I said I didn't have a blast playing this again. I mean, I did get to relive my favorite Call of Duty remaster on the PS4, so yeah, it was a really fun experience. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you do love MW2, or you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And yeah, it's been Lone Redemption. I'm out. Peace.